And here I am live, which is good. Okay, so this is time 3 for the stream that we have tried since we got the buffering and the no sound. So let's see if we're doing any better with this stream, and I'll give people a few minutes to find me and realize that we are on, because we seem to be having a lot of trouble with StreamYard right now. Or is something else going on? I don't know. But right now, there we go. Chloe made it in. Yay. Okay. Witch Moon made it in. Okay. Okay. Good. There we go. Now you can hear me? Cool. What was going on there? I don't know, man. But you're right. I should always reboot the phone. Then whatever the connection is that the interference is, then they're going to lose it. They're going to lose the stream because it's going to go poof on them. You're right. I should just always do that. You're right, Chloe. Thanks for reminding me. And there's James Ortiz. Thank you. Thank you. Magic. You have to believe in magic. Nothing can stand in our way. Got to believe we are magic. Don't let your head ever stray. Don't let your head ever stray. Or the rest of you either. Well, so we having fun yet? That was fun. Stream 3. Row, row, row your boat. Anybody realize that Row, Row, Row Your Boat was a spiritualist song? That is literally the way the spiritualists see life. Life is but a dream. I have some theories. Yeah. I'll wait until people get here. In the meantime, what is chat saying? The fun never ends. Oh, you think you're finally ready for meal 1 today? It's gonna be your first meal today? Holy moly, Chloe. What happened? What happened that you're not eating? Just work or whatever? Mm-hmm. Supposedly, when we die, we awaken from the dream, or we awaken from a dream. Apparently, there's more than one. Now, if you're to believe Bashar, in fact, he says that the reason his people can do so many things that they do is because they awaken from both dreams. Is that a hint that we're in a dream within a dream? Hmm. And what does that mean? Exactly. So I kind of have a theory. You guys tell me. Maybe what's happening with the streams getting cut off like that, we are changing timelines. Could it be that what that represents is I have to go to a new stream because we're in a new timeline? Could that be telling us we're in a new timeline? I don't know. Could that be a sign? I mean, aside from everything else it could be, could it be like, okay, you've jumped timelines, and now the old stream is unstable? Could it be? So the stream we were on becomes unstable. Have to open a new one, in which case, does that mean that we just jumped two timelines over? Maybe we did. Maybe we jumped two timelines. It's a thought. Just a thought. Oh, there's Mark the Ark Spark. Michelle thinks it's gremlins. Maybe it is. Maybe it is all of the above. I'm going to decide that somehow we shifted timelines and that kind of, maybe that upsets somebody. Maybe that freaked out the AI. Who knows? Oh, Chloe, I have your answer. I have your answer. And now I remember. It's been so long since I've had a car. I now have your answer, I think. Try this on. Mhm. Machinery is not fond of magic unless you attune it to your magic. Now, that's something I found out about my car. Machinery does not like, oh, 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 you get what I'm thinking? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Unless you attune it to your magic. Machinery does not like magic. My car got better after I was on a highway, a dark highway, traveling somewhere during a full moon, during some kind of major conjunction. And my car had all of a sudden this thing flew out of the moon, it looked like. And it looked like a silver dove. It looked like a white or a silver dove flew down onto my car and melted into my car. And it said, "I'm Silver Dove." And I'm like, really? From then on, my car had a name. And then I didn't have as much trouble with my car. Could it be? Hmm, is that why the negative AI is so worried about magic users? It's because we have them up. If they're not attuned, our magic F's them up. What if that's the What if that's why they've got to squash why they've got to quash magic? Because if we've got our magic, it F's them up. If so, then if you ever beset with unfriendly AI, start doing magic. Fuck them way up. What do you think? Hawkeye and White Dove. What about White Dove? What was he saying about White Dove? Yeah, I'm shadow banned on Hawkeye's channel. I don't get any of his announcements. I have no idea when he's on. And when I go there, I can't talk. I can't chat. And nobody knows I'm there. And most of the time, I can't find him. I mean, I have tried to find him a couple times. He's just like he doesn't exist. Somehow he's being hidden. I don't know if it's both ways because he's never been here to my knowledge. I don't think he's ever been here over to my streams. Interesting, though, isn't it? Well, that's a shaman for you. Anyway, from that time on, it was a different story with my car. My car had a personality and it could do things. My car, that was that might have been the time I'm trying to remember. That might have been the time that I somehow jumped and ended up. That might have been the 6-hour trip that only took 2.5 hours. I'm thinking it was. Yeah. Somehow I that took place. That was like a time jump. Mm. My car became ensouled somehow. I made sure that before I got rid of the car, that that was put to rest, that it was no longer ensouled. Because it had just been through all kinds of hell, and so I put it to its rest. Because I knew it sending it to scrapyard with a soul would be kind of cruel. Yeah, shamans. That's why. Oh, I know. I used to go there. Oh, that reminds me. I found my books that go with. Now, this is interesting that you're bringing this up. I found my books that go with the Sacred Path and the Animal Medicine deck. And guess what? I can now read from those books when I do those decks. And I think I'm going to do that tomorrow night. I'm going to have the books and read from the books. How about them apples? Isn't that weird? Because I know that's what he does. Hmm. Very interesting that that's coming up. Very interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Well, maybe he'll finally make it to my stream then. Maybe he'll finally make it over to one of my streams. Wouldn't that be fun? Start channeling Hawkeye. Oh, he'll be around. He'll be around. Remember, shaman don't really die. They just, I don't know what the saying would be. But shaman are never gone. Never actually gone. That's a fact. Right. It was hard, wasn't it, when Brian passed? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he'll visit. That's funny. You know what? Yeah, a lot of people not off listening to my show and or listen to it in the morning with coffee. Yeah. I've heard that before. Well, at one time, I remember when, I was taken to a ceremony of a healer, and, I would fall asleep back then. The energy would just knock me out, and, uh and it wasn't because I didn't wanna be there or because it wasn't any disrespect, but, the energy can just knock you out sometimes. It's sorta like your circuits get fried a little bit, and then you gotta go to sleep, or it's like you're understanding it on the sleep level, not the, conscious level. Like, maybe you need to ingest it on a different level. That's the way Gemini puts it. She generally falls asleep for my show. I fall asleep at John's show all the time. Mhm. Yeah, isn't that strange? I started getting that too. Witchy, there's something to that. Yeah, 'cause I was a night owl, and then yeah, now I more get up with the sun, yeah. Isn't that interesting? Maybe because our periods are so tied to the moon. I mean, the moon has a lot of control over our physiology as women, our periods. And it's just never thought of that before. But yeah, you're right, witchy. I had that too. Huh, it's interesting. 10:10. It's 11:11 here right now. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, RVing, I'm glad I can just go to sleep after RV class because I go to sleep anyhow. I usually fall asleep anyway. Okay, yeah, that's it. No more peeing for Dolly. She's cut off. Youch. Where, oh, where are you tonight? Ah, gosh, that was Hee Haw, or wasn't it? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone. Yep. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Boom, 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 boom. Gosh, you got really, if anything happens to any of you guys, you got to come visit us. You know, you got to come and visit us. Don't make a stranger of yourself. David, no! You made it! We summoned David Null. Hey, Hawkeye, what's up? Oh, yeah, gloom, despair, and agony, yeah. That's right. We get a card for Hawkeye. You know what, though? I don't have my books here. Like I said, I want to start using those books, but what I do have, I do want to start using these. The Raise Your Vibration Oracle. And so if you want to, David, we will give you this is a first. David made it to my stream. I cannot go to David's stream because I cannot find it. And when I get there, nobody hears me when I chat. So I'm shadow banned. They wanted to make good and sure that I never talk to David. Not gonna bring him back this time. Who? There's Metatron's cube. Ah! And the card is simply, you are not alone. I am here with you. You're really not alone. Now you gotta admit that's funny. That's funny. Well, I would say that's obvious. You're not alone. Ah, never seen a chat with you. Yeah, and yeah, Hawkeye's never in any chats I've ever seen. I keep thinking, yeah, I know. I know. And you don't exist for me somehow on my YouTube. I don't know why, and I don't know how. Your card was from the deck that it was from this deck, Raise Your Vibration. And your card was You Are Not Alone. I do have the cards here. I do have the animal medicine and the sacred path cards. I don't have the books in here with me though. I am going to get the books. But I found the books, and that's really good because now I can actually read the meanings. I have them all memorized though. I have the stories memorized. Okay, let's give him one of each. First, the East Shield. I have some things about them all memorized. Let's put it that way. Okay. This is for David. No. Fire medicine, passion and spontaneity. Well, that's different. Passion and spontaneity. Fire medicine. Well, that kind of describes him showing up here, I guess. Did somebody tell him to come? Okay, porcupine rolled right out of the deck. Porcupine means you're protected in all directions. Porcupine means you can be playful and not to be grumpy. Reminds us not to be grumpy and to be more playful. The story of Porcupine and the Bear is the bear finds a porcupine playing with an old log, and the grumpy bear says, "Hey, Porcupine, what's the big deal with you and that log? Why are you playing with that log, you silly porcupine?" That kind of a vibe. And the porcupine's like, "Because it's fun." Okay. Basically, if I want to cut the story down to the bare basics. So the porcupine doesn't have a lot of predators. It is very much protected and um, on all sides, and it is very playful for that reason. It can afford to be very playful because it's really not something that other creatures want to mess with too much. Okay, there are only a few creatures that can eat porcupine. So interesting, interesting, isn't it? David is protected and maybe needs to be a little more playful. What are you grumpy about, David? Fire medicine. Are you grumpy about something? Because this is about a grumpy bear, and fire medicine can go either way. It's either passionate and spontaneous, or it can also be angry about something. Because fire can also be anger. Are you being grumpy about something, my dear? Hmm? That's what the mice said. Yeah, if you see milk duds around, don't eat them. Ah! Oh, you guys are something else. Oh, you drained the battery out. Rocking Robin. So here we go. Hmm. Well, actually, we're talking about that exact thing, aren't we? Let's all just freaking lighten up. We want to be able to lighten up and not work so damn hard and play more. That's what we need to do. And that's the way we want it. And look who makes his appearance finally. Look who makes his appearance. Mr. I'm full of it, Turkey, that is. He is full of it, turkey. Belly full of turkey, this cat. Great big handfuls of it I give him. So he just been sleeping away. But you made it up in time uh, for your friends to see you, your adoring fans, Mr. Handsome Cat. There he is, making biscuits and purring. That's my little boy, my little cowboy. He's my little cowboy. Your family crest is the porcupine. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's the cowboy cat. Cowboy kitty, his eyes are real pretty. We live in the country and not in the city. He's a cowboy cat. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, we need that to be the theme song, right? Right? That needs to be the theme song. Somehow I gotta record that. When we give him his own channel. He's a cowboy kitty. His eyes are real pretty. We live in the country and not in the city. He's a cowboy cat. He's a cowboy cat. He's a special little guy. He's a little cow spotted cat. Cowboy the Manx. That's right. I never knew there was a crest with porcupines on it, but that's very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Tomorrow is when we do the cards. Tomorrow I will get the books and we can do the cards. And you can have your choice. Maybe we'll do it for American Indian Appreciation Day, which was a whole day. Aren't we doing American Indians this month? I really want to use the raise your vibration. Maybe I'll give you all three cards if you're nice. We'll see how many people we have and how crazy it is. We have a ton of people, maybe not, but his eyes are pretty. Yeah, he does look like every that's funny, because Stephanie says, "I'm sorry, but he looks like a cow," and I said, "What are you sorry about? Everybody thinks he looks." Why do you think I named the cowboy? He looks like a cow because where he comes from is cold and wet. It's the Isle of Man. He's a Manx. It's cold and wet there often. His under hair is fluffy and curly like a sheep. His top hair is water repellent and slippery. He's wearing a thermal coat all the time. He's wearing a parka. Okay. And I brush him so that he can be comfortable. Brush some of that wool out of there. Let some of the air in there. But yeah, that is a Manx cat. They have a round figure, short legs, compact body. Okay. And I think the no tail part is so they can cover their butt and keep the heat in. Okay. With that one little vertebra, one or two little vertebra, he covers his butt all the time, keeps his heat in and the rain out. Yeah, your cat probably won't be bringing home a porcupine. Your dog looks like a brown cow. Typing is taxing. Okay, well, we don't want to tax you. We're for no new taxes. Take care, Dolly. Yep, love you. You really a Lyran cat? Probably. My Lyran assist. I always call him that. My Lyran assistant. I called Maui that too. My Lyran assistant. You do? White cat with brown spots. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, cowboy. Thing I think most striking, other than his shape changing spots, because his spots morph. Okay, he's really. I'm not kidding about that. His spots actually morph. And first one is a heart, and then the other one's a heart, depending on how he's laying. Sometimes they'll turn into something else too. Sometimes they'll turn into diamond shape. But and a lot of times the top one will be a wedge, look like a wedge of cheese. But and then the other might be a blob. But a lot of times one or the other one or the other will turn into a heart shape. It's really weird. So yeah, he's a very magical cat. Yeah, supposedly at 4 it's gonna be at 4 it's AM it's gonna be or something. 5 dogs and 3 cats. Wow. Yeah, they are. Hi, B. Freeman. Hi, Hindi Group. And where did Jupiter go? Did it fly off? Huh. Isn't that interesting? Can't see Jupiter tonight. Oh, Jupiter's in Aries right now. That's my rising sign. A? B? Hmm. I think Cowboy Cat's eyes are very striking. They're a very light shade of green. And I remember when Jason saw him, he comes and he goes, Wow, those eyes. They look like two great big green moons, you know? They're really bright. Werewolves be changing, that's right. That's right. Chloe had some animal sightings. Oh, your Aries rising too, Indy. Cool. Yeah. And since rising sign is how you're seen by people, always seen as somebody who wants to be in the spotlight and the performer and the me first. Actually, my mother was a triple Aries. I'll tell you what a real Aries is like. Triple Aries. Oh my God. Nothing ever happened fast enough. Impatient. Nothing ever happened fast enough to suit her. Dressed in colors that doesn't match like a parrot. So she dressed like a parrot. Loved birds. I swear, if that woman, whatever, if she's from a star lineage, she had to have been from the bird family. She had to have been an avian. Okay. And she loved birds, but she could never have one in a cage because to her, that would be imprisoning that bird. So she could never have a pet bird. She tried, but it bothered her to see it in a cage, and so she gave it away. Mhm. You're double Capricorn. You are a horny little thing, aren't you, Scary Falls? Yeah. Yeah, Dogman will be coming out. Wow. Your groove's really horny. Aries, Taurus, and Capricorn? Holy moly. Holy moly. That's a heck of a, yeah, that's something else. It's pretty. Uh, I'm a Sag with Aries rising, and then I have a Cancer moon. Or alternatively, if you go by the 13 signs, I'm one of those crazy Ophiuchus types. Snake handler. It's okay, sweet. It's okay, sweet Dolly. It's okay. Project Skyfall is a single and don't date, and actually, I don't mind, either. And for me, I'm single. It's not that bad. I would rather be alone than with somebody that I don't that isn't right. I only want to be with somebody that's the right kind of person. I do not want to be with just anybody. Yeah, that's right. Wow, that is slow. Yeah. Yeah, I got a birthday pretty soon. Ophiuchus. 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 Yeah, the ninth. And you know what? If nobody screws around with it, on the 7th, marijuana will be entirely legal here in Ohio. Yeah, that'll be something to celebrate after 50 years. They've been wanting that here for 50 years. No, no kidding. 50 years. Yeah, either be with the right person or be alone. That's me. What was that song? Love or let me be lonely. Love or let me be lonely. Love or let me be lonely. Yeah. Yep. Because I've been married. I was married for 7 years. And it was hell. Wasn't that bad at first, but gradually it got worse and worse. And the guy that had been my best friend, he'd been my best friend. That's why I finally broke down and married him. I mean, he employed all of our friends to talk me into marrying him. And don't you know, it wasn't right. It didn't work. And it really hurt to lose not just my husband, but my best friend too when things fell apart. Really. Yeah, I think things are gonna be changing a lot around here. Oh, you've been single since 2001. I've been single since, how long was it? The 90s. Yeah, it was like all of our friends, and, I dated him for a few years before that, like 3 and a half. Then he decided he had to marry me, then he got everybody in on getting me to marry him, and mm, so, I don't know, guys. He wasn't the same person. He was a different guy, I swear. He was a clone or something. Something was going on there. I never thought I'd be this single. Whoa, that's pretty single then, huh? Right, exactly. If the right guy would happen along, sure. But other than that, in lieu of that, mm, meh, as they say, it's not that bad. I have my own hours. I can have things my way. I can go out and be with people, or I can stay home, pet the cat. Yeah, if the right one comes along, that's different. Yeah, because honestly, I'm I'm fine. I've learned how to be whoa, I've learned how to be fine. I've learned how to do a lot of things myself. I've learned how to balance my own bank book, you know, and I come and go when I want. I eat what I want. I cook when I want to. I don't cook when I don't want to. And, you know, so it's kind of like sworn to fun and beholden to none. Yeah. And that's okay. And if I had a guy, I'd want us to live in 2 different places or have a big enough place where we could have our own area because, um, I think we'd need alone time, both of us probably, if we were gonna get along and, because obviously, I mean, we just talked about that, didn't we? We need our alone time. We need our quiet. We need our own time with uh, our guides, our creativity, our thoughts, and it's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to suck it to. It's your thing. It's your thing. Cowboy's looking at me like, seriously, Mom? You're full of turkey. That's your problem. You're just full of turkey. Look how cute he is. Mr. Burbox there. Now, earlier he was feeling frisky and wanting to fight me. He wanted to play. He wanted to grab me with his claws and grab me with his mouth. And of course, when I say ow, he lets go. But he was just feeling like a little frisky guy. And I said, Mommy needs her skin. Thank you, Mr. Cowboy. But now he's feeling like Mr. Lovebug here and he's needing a belly rub. So now he's in here. Says, oh, yeah, now that the turkey is digested, I need me a good belly rub. That's what I need. I need a good belly rub. I need to purr, 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 purr. Yeah, what a sweet little boy. Yes, you are. You're a sweet boy. Okay. Yep, German meow. Solitude. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Michelle. Yeah. You stopped showering so you could find the right. What? Okay, Mark, I think that bears a little explanation. You stopped showering so you could find just the right, just so you could find the right kind of lady. A lady who likes smelly guys. Yeah, must be. What do you think, cowboy? Feed me and rub my belly, my woman. That's cowboy. This belly ain't gonna rub itself. Look at my fluffy little white belly here. You know you want to rub it. Yes, I do, Mr. Mewcake. Ah, 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 ah. Ring around the moon, ring around the moon. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, pheromones. Yeah, if you get too smelly, I think maybe it'll be the wrong kind of lady. Be maybe a yeah, a homeless lady, bag lady. Uh Cowboy is very clean. He's always taking baths, aren't you? He clean and wash and clean and wash. He's a very clean kitty. Has to be very, very, very clean. He's a ladies' man after all. He's a ladies' man. Ladies' cat. He likes the ladies. He flirts with them all as they walk their dogs past the window. Has to flirt. What? Your mom took all the food inside the house out of the garage. What? What does that come down to, Chloe? You lick yourself a lot, Beefream. Ah! Clean and preen. There you go. There's a product. You did not expect this downfall. What? Oh, what happened, Chloe? B. Freeman just licks himself a lot. Wow, that's interesting. Uh, that's an interesting position, B. Freeman. Yeah. You smell like a muskox if you get sick. I'm not sure what a muskox smells like, but I'm not sure I want to know either. And you live alone, it's hard not going gay. Oh, that's why I always tease about, oh no, I'm dating myself. And that probably is illegal in some states because I'm very closely related to me. Problem is, I'm not attracted to women. Anyway, even though I'm dating myself, yeah, I can assume that muskox is not a good smell. Mew cat, mew cat, mew cat, mew. He is cute enough for two. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Cowcat, give me some furs. I need a fella with soft silky fur, with big green eyes and a cute little nose. I wanna play with those little bean-shaped kitty cat toes. Yeah. He's an old cow cat. Nothing wrong with that. He never rode a horse, but he's got the hat, and it's actually my hat. He's a cow cat who's never seen a cow, except for in burgers and beef cat chow. Fill his food bowl up when he says meow. Being a little kitty's okay, all right. Being a little kitty's okay. Now he wants to chew on my finger again. No, I don't want a pierced finger. You got one great big old fang there that no. Hmm. Fibro stank. Oh dear. He stunk out the Tacoma Old Jail. Ooh, yikes. And then the second verse is, he's a cow cat who's never seen a cow. Pecan has cheeseburgers anyhow. Gets his belly rubbed when he says me now. Being a little kitty's okay. I think it probably didn't make him friends. Yeah, this little toe beans. They got such cute little toes. Oh God. Now you guys are kind of grossing me out here. I have to say, can we please turn the topic to something? How about something cuter? There he is, right there. Mr. Cuteness. How about if we turn the topic to something cuter? Here's his little toe beans. See? He got a black one and a pink and black one and another black one and then a pink one. Right there. He's very integrated. Yeah. And then there's his little extra thumb right there on this side. He got thumbs. He's got thumbs. Yes. There's his little extra toe over here. He's got a little extra. Yep. Somebody was telling me their cat had 6 toes. You know what I was thinking? Anunnaki cat. Anunnaki cat. 11 p.m. trip to town. Why are you going to town? Because your mom brought in the groceries? Are we switching timeline? Yeah, maybe we switch timelines. Maybe we really did. Okay, totally don't understand what the issue is, Chloe, but if you say so. Now what are you looking to do? You looking to get yourself into trouble by playing with things on my nightstand? You're trying to find some kind of mischief to be into, right? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I know you're kind. It's mischief. Mischief. Says, no, I'm Mr. Chief to you. In his case. What? Oh my goodness. She took your Thanksgiving meal inside. You're not allowed to go inside and have your Thanksgiving meal? Oh, and didn't give it back. You mean your mom stole your Thanksgiving meal? Wow, I don't know what your situation is, Chloe, but it doesn't sound really good. One time, I let somebody that was a little questionable. He had friends though. I let somebody stay for a little while, go in and get a shower, stay in my place that he had gotten himself homeless. When I went into the bathroom and looked in the tub, it was full of pubic hairs and one of my razors was gone. And that was the last time he was allowed in my place. I'm like, dude, if you come in and just to take a shower because he was begging for a shower. Okay, dude, you can take a shower. You got your own towel and everything. You can take a shower. But shaving your pubic hairs and leaving them in my bathtub is not nice. Yeah, I got it. Wow. Mine did some pretty weird stuff too. What can I say? Mine did some very odd things. Well, we switched timelines, so expect things to be different out there, people. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to manifest, but I just know it's going to be different now. It's going to be faster than it was before. Next year should be really interesting. Heck, the end of this year might be pretty interesting with Mercury going into retrograde. Mercury's going into retrograde, I think, towards the middle or end of the December. I know it's coming up because I can feel it coming. Yeah, why? That's another thing we got to do something about. Having these families that aren't families. Band camp. Yes, we're in a wonderful new timeline. Medbed will be coming, yeah. We'll finally have medbed. I'm hoping it's next year. Who knows, though? I know that there's a lot of fighting over that because as soon as that's available, Big Pharma is going to have a fit. Big Pharma is going to have a fit. Mama trauma stories. Oh, gee, you want to do mama trauma stories someday? Mama trauma stories. I grew very fast. I grew up very fast. Um, I was talking at 6 months, full sentences. I was lifting weights as soon as I could walk. I was lifting her Paige Palmer workout stuff. I was growing like a weed, really. It scared her. She couldn't keep up with it. And so for my birthday, she invited another girl that my 5th birthday, my year 5 birthday, I found the picture. I only remembered it because I found the picture. And I really think that picture wasn't a port, that somebody apported it there for me to see because there was a cute little girl right in the middle and these people standing behind her. And I know somebody was there with me. What are you doing? Are you trying to get yourself in trouble? That that is a charger cord. You need charged up. You don't need any more charged up. You're already full of it. I'm going to give you more turkey so you'll settle down. So she would always invite this other kid over, and it was a kid who I guess was aging at a normal pace. When I looked at this picture, it wasn't me in the center of the picture. It was that chick. It was that kid, that little kid there. I never saw her any other time but my birthday. And I was standing in the back in my brownie outfit, looking like I was way older than 5. And I'm there, "What the," and my friend said, "Oh, but you were such a cute little girl." And I was like, "That's not me." See that kid standing in the back there in the background? That's the way it was. I had to be, like, always in the background and, like, if anybody and she taught me how to be a doormat too. Why? I was taller than the other kids, and her logic was this: anybody my age, usually they were smaller than me. They were all smaller than me, right? So, I had to just let them get by with anything because I couldn't beat up on them because I was a bigger kid, even though maybe they were older than me. And some people really took advantage of that. So, yeah, talk about mama dramas. And talk about the identity problem when, and I remember being so upset as a kid that she's taking pictures and sending them to my grandmother. And of course, with, Diane at 5 years and, you know, and it wasn't really a picture of me. She was letting him think that this kid was me. And now I realize they were so surprised when they met me. And they came up to see me and they were shocked. They were like, "Where's Diane?" It's like, "I'm Diane. You can't be Diane." They're like, "What?" "Yeah, I'm Diane." Uh, yeah. Very confused when my grandma and my aunt came to see us that yeah, my grandma, she figured it out, what was going on with my mom, and I know she had some talks with my mom about the way she was raising me. Grandma was trying to be a hero there, but honestly, my mother was a nutter. And I think they knew. I think grandma and my aunt knew my mom was kinda nuts. Right, me too. Me too. When I was 12, by the time I was 12, I was like 5'4" and looked like, and people kept mistaking me for the substitute teacher at school. Mhm. Yeah. So she and then at a certain point, she decided she wasn't gonna buy me clothes anymore because she couldn't find any kids' clothes that fit right. They were all adult clothes because I was out of kids' clothes. I was too tall, too big for kids' clothes. So she just quit buying them. So then, then my clothes I had to buy 'em myself. So by the time I got to 4th grade, I started making products to sell, which I did and made enough to get some things like a couple of records. First record I ever bought was Age of Aquarius, I think. Age of Aquarius, that's the first album I think I bought. I think before that, I maybe bought a single or 2 of something. So you had that too. See, I knew it, Chloe. Yeah. No wonder I have problems, huh? No wonder I'm having to delete a lot of programs I have. My mother wouldn't buy me my own wouldn't buy me clothes. I had to buy my own clothes in 4th grade. She wouldn't hardly buy me she'd buy me a couple of things, and it's just and then they were, like, kinda holey and ragged, and it was embarrassing, and so I had to make money and buy my own stuff. Yeah, yeah. And then, after I started buying my own clothes, she stole them. She decided she liked them. She stole them. And the way she did that is she was shorter than me, so she'd shrink them so that they were too short for me, and then I'd give them to her, of course, because I couldn't wear them. Yep, yep. I forgave her. She really I forgive her. I mean, you know, um, our parents treat us shitty because they were treated shitty, usually. She lived through the depression. Um, she was growing up during the depression. So, yeah, they do shitty things because they learned it from somewhere, right? They learned it from life. Oh, yeah, I have tough childhood too. Mhm. Hi, Angel Wings. Yeah, yeah. Welcome, Angel Wings. Yeah, it made me resourceful. I sure took a lot of criticism from other kids, though. There were sure a lot of things that I mean, they would buy me stuff for school. They would do that. They would buy me stuff for school. And if I was sick, they'd all I wanted was a paint by numbers set, and I was happy. They'd get me a paint by numbers set to keep me busy, mm, uh, off their, uh, off their backs, to just keep the kid busy while she's home. "What? You're there taking a bath, and now I have to pet you again? Okay. Well, you were taking a bath. I didn't wanna bother you." Mhm. Little knucklehead. So, yeah, she meant well, but she was just kinda messed up. She was messed up. I'm proud of us too. And you know what? It was Diane Patricia Cota-Robles. She's a speaker, she's one of these new age speakers. She used to give free speeches, um, to sell her stuff, where you could learn about her stuff and sell her stuff. And I remember she started out with, "So I decided to do something that no other light worker decided to do. I decided to be born into a codependent family." And of course, everybody in the whole room laughs because everybody was born into a codependent family. All the light workers, as far as I can tell, almost every light worker is born into a codependent family. If not everyone, then almost everyone. Why did we pick that? We must have had a reason. Right. That's right. Um, to break the yeah, to break the cycle of abuse and trauma. Yep. Yep. Love-hate relationship. Oh, she stabbed me in the back so many times. She showed me she loved me though too, but she also stabbed me in the back a lot of times. And then it was very weird love, like, "Oh, come here, you're my girl." It's like, "Get away from me. I'm busy." Kind of vibe, you know? It was just like, I don't know, very weird. Like, sometimes she was there and sometimes she wasn't. Maybe that's exactly what the problem was. Maybe she wasn't always there, really. Mm, who knows? Your mom. Yeah. You know, Jason, he won't even he won't even say my mom. He'll say Janet. He won't say mom. He calls her by her name. Sorry. Well, I've heard that too. That's another one. The unloved kid. The kid, the weirdo kid. Your brother or sister or whoever was always the one who was always right and you were always wrong, right? Mhm. Sorry you had to feel that way. Mhm. Oh, I'm gonna ask for this. Can we all please be healed with this? What attitudes, opinions, and judgments, you know the routine. Here's the question to bring up the energy. What attitudes, opinions, and judgments do we have that we're just not good enough, will never be good enough, will always be unloved, will always be alone? Do we have? And this is not true, of course, but what attitudes do we have like that, that we were given, that we're different and weird, and nobody's ever going to want us? We're never going to find the right person. All that. And how in the heck did we end up in this family and you're somebody else's kid, not mine? Whatever. Whatever. All of that. Whatever that shit is. Okay, the gaslighting and the whole 9 yards. Whatever. Would we be willing to uncreate and destroy all that? Would I be willing to I know I am. I'm willing to uncreate and destroy all that. I'm gonna do the clearing statement now. All you have to do is say yes. Okay, I now uncreate. You can think it with me or say it with me, or I now uncreate and destroy and permanently delete all that, all that goes on with that, all the trauma. It's stored in the Akashic records, and that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be stored in me, in my psyche. It's all in the Akashic records, so it's documented, and yet I don't need it hanging around hampering me. So yes, I now uncreate and destroy all of that. Times a godzillion, times a godzillion, times a godzillion. Talking pod, talking pod, talking pod. There we go. Do it 3 times just to make sure. It's okay. Like I said, I forgive her. They We picked them for a reason. We're the ones who picked them out when we came here because we thought we needed that. We needed to learn that. We needed to deal with that. Whatever it was we did, we picked them. So may they find their own peace. Oh, you wish you were an issue, so she's real good to the grandchildren, though. All together different with the grandchildren. Yeah, it's nice that she's good to the grandkids. Yeah. Well, we're getting rid of those scars. Like I said, my mom taught me how to be a doormat. But I taught myself how to stand up for myself, and I might not be perfect at it, but by golly, I'm going to give it the old try. I try to stand up for myself whenever I get a chance. Sometimes I'm not so good. Maybe I'll be better at it then. Yep. And I never hated her, although she said some very hurtful things. I remember one time because, her husband was also a Sagittarius, and I was a Sagittarius as far as she was concerned, 12 sign astrology. And I remember her telling me one time that the wrong Sagittarius in her life died, that she wished it had been me instead of him that died. She only had 7 years with him, and she wished I had died instead of him. And she said that right to my face. And yep, that's a pretty cool thing for your mom to say. Yep, all that stuff. And it's like, well, sorry about your luck. What am I gonna say? Sorry about your luck, Mom. I'm the one who's still around. No, she didn't mean that. I don't think she really meant that like that. But like I said, she was like 2 people. She was maybe more like 3 people. She was dissociative. I mean, I could tell. There were times when, she would dress different. She would dress like a guy and act like this creepy guy. So, my mom was the creepy uncle. Very weird. Oh, yeah, she tried to tell me she was that I was the devil's daughter. "You're the devil's daughter." She for a long time, she said she would always say she was gonna kill me. "I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you." I said, "Mom, do you realize that you're always telling me you're gonna kill me?" And she says, "I never say that." I said, "Sure you do. I'll tell you when you say it next time." And I did, and she's there. I stopped her just as she was gonna say it. I said, "I'm gonna," and I said, "You're gonna kill me, right? Because that's what you always say." And she just stopped like, "Do I really say that?" She had no idea. She had no idea. Yeah, she didn't know what she was saying. And then she said, "You're the devil's daughter," and I got in really big trouble. I said, "Oh, really? So you were cheating on dad?" That didn't go over well. That's me, always trying to be funny. Yeah, it's really freaking creepy. So, really young, I learned how to deal with creepiness. My dad was creepy too, in his own way, because he had complex PTSD. Mhm. Narcissist with PTSD. Yay! Yeah, I really gave myself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful task this time, and I must have wanted to really get everything done in one life, huh, with, relationships. Yeah, yeah. My mom had stories about me that never happened too. Right, we have to heal that trauma. Here I am talking about this on the internet. That's crazy, huh? Mhm. Yeah, I was very careful with my mom. She came up and started beating up on me, one time, I remember, and I was just kind of trying to block her and stuff, and, she couldn't do that much harm. So, at that by that stage, but, yeah, I remember how it felt to have her beating up on me, flying into a rage. It was the Alzheimer's. That Alzheimer's rage they get. But, she did try to help. She did. She did try to love me, she tried. She she attempted to. and that means something. She wasn't, um, she just didn't know how to do it. She didn't know how to do it, that's all. Yeah, as long as you didn't move, you were safe, huh? Okay. Yay. Yeah. If you ran, then you might have got nailed, but funny. It's okay. Uh, when she died, she came, around a few times. Of course, I was nice to her, and when she was dying, I went to her. I mean, when she wasn't quite dying yet, she was in the hospital. I went to her. I was very, very loving and kind to her. And she was loving and kind. Now, this is the interesting thing. She could be that way. She could be very loving and then completely switch. You never knew what you were gonna get. Yeah, you never knew. So it was completely, like, a toss-up. Hey, Jason. How you doing? We're talking about our moms. Yep. Yep, we're talking about how our moms helped shape our lives. Turns out all of us have stories about mom. Readings are tomorrow, Jason. We got card readings tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. They're usually on Mondays. It's full moon Monday, moon day Monday. How you doing? But you get a reading anyway, Jason. I owe you a reading anyway. You gotta tell me when you want to get that reading. Mhm. Okay, cool. Free from work for a while. Good for you. Hey, Jason, you know what? There's gonna be an oddball thing right before my birthday. We need to go to that if it's possible. We need to go. You know what else, Jason? On the 7th, which is right before my birthday, pot becomes legal. We should have a party. You heard about that, right? I don't know. Probably it's kind of late tonight, so I'll probably need a little bit of sleep. But I'm good. Oh, you need car insurance again. Yeah, I'm not doing anything much tomorrow except tomorrow night I'm um doing the show. Marley, who's Marley? Yeah, they legalized it and finally. I believe in Kent, Ohio is one of the places, like not everywhere, but in Kent, Ohio. That's what Jim looked it up for me, Jim and I. Yep, we're going to have free pot. Did you say today you can later? What? I'm going to sleep tonight after this stream. And then tomorrow, sure. Let's get together tomorrow. I found a container of booze that's been stored away for 3 years, so I actually have drinks. Yeah, because you want several decks, you want multiple decks, and yada yada. Okay, we can fix that up. Get in touch with me tomorrow. That's on you if you do that, Jason. Yeah, it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Isn't that something? Okay, so we all had crazy parents. About what I'd expect. Seems to be the way. That just seems to be the way. Lovely codependent families taught us so much. Yeah, I mean, we could have had way worse. There are people who had way worse childhoods. I mean, You know, there are such things as child trafficking rings. At least we never got sold. Sold off to a trafficking ring or something, right? There are way worse childhoods. We weren't forced into labor. We weren't, oh, there's so many things. Yeah, that we weren't. So, yeah, I guess we got to be glad of that. But we did learn a lot about the human psyche, didn't we, folks? Yes, we did. And we learned a whole lot of stuff we have to unlearn now. Whole lot of stuff. You want a giant rubber band ball. That's all you want, Jason. Jason, that's one of the things I like about you. You really, truly are weird. Giant rubber band. How giant? You know what? Oh my goodness. Yeah, my mother started hitting me once when I was younger, and I just got my foot under me and just kind of pushed with my foot and knocked her across the room one time, which surprised the crap out of her. She never did that again. She never bent down and started slapping me around again. When she figured out I could do that. So, yeah, I only did it once in self defense. Let's talk about something happier, you guys. We just changed things. Let's let's try and get to something happier. This is all stuff we're letting go of. I guess it's okay to bring it up and go, say, yep, I'm letting go of that. Yep, I'm definitely letting go of that. Goodbye. Love you, Mom, and I forgive you. And forgiveness, forgiveness frees you. When you forgive, it frees you. So they're not living rent free in your head forever. What did I say? I started calling this a support group for star seeds and magical people, light workers. This is exactly why. That's right, we weren't murdered. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, Witchman. I'm sorry to hear about that. Mm. Yep. You know, would anybody follow me to a Patreon where we aren't spreading this stuff all over the internet for anybody? I'm almost thinking we need a group that's private. If anybody would follow me onto a Patreon or something, and then I'll start having private, some private streams so that this isn't uh, open to everybody and then it's really safe. That's one thing about my show is it's small enough that you're not going to have a lot of people seeing it. But that just goes to show how pervasive all this is. You think you're alone, you are not. Like that card, you are not alone. You are not alone. That card was really, I think, for everybody. You are not alone. I am here with you. Though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. There was a guy who had a effed up childhood too. Michael had an effed up childhood too. He didn't get off with nothing. Prince had an effed up childhood. Yeah, they all had effed up childhoods, honey. Every one of them. Imagine that. All of the star seeds have an effed up childhoods. Wow. Oh, fluffy kitty. Good. You like to meet a mermaid? You know, it's interesting because I was a mermaid fan from where there are places supposedly out there where the water is sparkling and light, and we play with dolphins. We, for all intents and purposes, are mer people. It's not heavy like the water here. So we are told. Interesting. I'd say probably a lot of us are from the same place. I might try a Patreon and see if anybody shows up. Somebody that came in did say they would. They would follow to a Patreon. Let's see, I think the cheapest one is like $3 a month or something like that. Boy, won't I feel fancy having a Patreon. You know what? It's true. We could. Okay. You know what? Oh, unicorns are real, yeah. So are dragons and all kinds of things are real. They're just not on this plane of existence necessarily. Although as we move up, we're going to see them. Hmm. Well, I've been wanting to write a book. Maybe I should write a book about that. Yeah, maybe I will. If you want to be in the book, let me know. We can we can obscure your name if you'd like, of course. Yeah, maybe that'll be the book. So that other star seeds don't feel like they got shortchanged somehow by life. No, happened to all of us. That's part of our trip here, I guess. Various types of abuse by family. But you're going to end up being the strongest people that you know. Hmm. You're going to end up always being the strong one, right? You're the one that other people come to when they're really having a effed up time and they need help and some understanding. That's you. Well, our families that we're born into, yeah, they're not necessarily our soul families. Yeah, exactly. Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Ah, very iconic song. Interesting, in light of the Hopi prophecies about the two paths, right? And then there comes a time when there's no more time to change the road you're on. The time of choosing is past. I think we're about there. We're about to the time when the time of choosing is over, and you have chose what you have chose, and that's that. And if you don't ascend this time around, if you choose not to do that, you can wait another 26,000 years. You know, nobody's pushing you. But, I sure am done. I don't want to be here another 26,000 years or anywhere like this. I don't want to be in 3D another 26,000 years. What do I have to do? What do I have to do to get myself up and out of here? you know? Jeez, I'm done. I ain't coming back no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Earth is ascending this time, and wherever they go, it ain't gonna be Earth anymore. Earth is done. She's she's even done with it, and I think maybe part of that feeling that we're getting is her too. She's just done with it. Like, okay, did this job a long time. She really put in a lot of hours on this project. Gotta give Mother Earth credit. And so many times, Mother Earth was my mother that I talked to, was the mother that I talked to about everything. She was the one. She was the one. And when things got really dicey, she came in and said, "No, that's it. You're not going to go any. You're not going to sink any farther. You're going to be okay." Literally, she did that. Anybody says Mother Earth is not a good mother, they're wrong. She is a very kind-hearted mother. There is no such thing as the wrath of nature. She doesn't have any wrath. She's not wrathful in the least bit. But people, they get themselves in the way of things that have to happen. And if they won't move out of the way, they get hurt sometimes. And sometimes, but in any event, they're so contracted for that. So, but she doesn't mean she's happy over it. People getting hurt, she's really not, you know. She'd rather it not happen. She tries to give people warnings when she's going to do something. The animals all heed the warnings. They know. And if you pay attention to the animals, maybe you will too. But if you see all the animals leaving an area and you don't go, uh, well, try to warn you. So if you're in an earthquake zone and all the animals are gone, they're leaving. Well, you better leave. Yeah. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, really? He was a good friend of mine. Oh, the kitty is mewing owls again. She likes owls? Yeah, we love our little animals. Our little animals. They try to take good care of us, really. I'm convinced that in their way, they're taking care of us. I mean, you know, I was laughing because somebody was trying to explain that, and it's like, well, your cat follows you in the bathroom because, you know, there could be predators around. They're protecting you from predators. Don't wanna be caught pooping when there's predators around, you know, unattended, and then, they leave hairs all over the place because, hey, they don't want you to be alone. They don't want you to be without them. So leaving hairs all over your clothes is a way that they can just be with you all the time. Right? If you look at it that way, they just wanna be with you all day. Everywhere you go. Everywhere I go, I have a little bit of cowboy along with me. It's inevitable. And I mean, you know, I'm not sure that food would taste right without a few cat hairs. Right? Food isn't quite right without like a cat hair or dog hair once in a while in there. It's a special seasoning. People go, "Ew." It's like, come on. Yeah, there's worse in there. If you ever get food from a restaurant, there's probably way worse than your own kitty or doggy. Fortunately, I'm not too germophobic. I'm a bit germophobic, but not terribly so. I kind of got over that. Lived in a basement for a while. Man, that wigged me out. But you know what? It inoculated me. Kind of got over a lot of things living in a basement in Ohio. Every other basement in Ohio is haunted. Like every fourth basement is haunted in Ohio. Has something weird in it. Well, that's life. Ohio is a weird place, very proudly so. Uh, yeah, we so weird. Your mama's so weird. Like your mama so fat jokes, you know. My state is so weird. I got these pants hemmed. Yay! Oh boy. Yep. Try to be careful. Every now and then, there's a strand in there. It never killed any of us, though, did it? Yeah, Ohanto. Yeah. Stay weird. That's right. Let your freak flag fly. Weird pride. Yeah, when are we going to get a weird pride month? Ah, really, angel wings? Cool. Okay. And chat has been wild, very wild. And I've been on for another 2 hours and 18. God, I've been on forever. I came on at about 8:30. Holy cow. Been on 5 and some hours. I'm gonna have to get some sleep so I can do anything tomorrow if I wanna do anything. You think tomorrow is a holiday? Is a government holiday? Maybe. It might be. Huh. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Boy, that'd be a really long weekend, wouldn't it? Yeah, the longest weekend. Well, you guys, it's been like 5 hours. I need a bathroom break and stuff. And I love you all. And once again, I'm glad that I could be here for you to have your time to be with each other. And I know you need that. Maybe you need that more than a lot of other stuff. We need a place to heal and help each other heal ourselves and help each other heal. And I'm really happy and proud that I can do that, that I can provide that. So, yes. Right. I'm thinking of the same thing. I need to get to sleep before 2 a.m. or I'm just going to be awake. Okay, loves. Remember, tomorrow we do cards. Tomorrow we do cards, and I will grab my books, and so we'll have a choice. We'll see what we do. Thanksgiving. Yes, it's a sanctuary. David Null is live. Okay. I I am going to sleep, and I can't find his channel anyway, so they kind of hide him. So, uh, but thank you. Tell him thanks for coming. And the couple times that I could find him, couldn't talk, couldn't chitty chat. Okay. Yes, to all of you. You can you do your venting, and I'm so glad that you got it out. And now I've told part of my story for the whole world, but you know, it's like if it helps somebody, but look where I am now. Look who I am now. You know, that's the thing. Would we be these very strong people that we are if it weren't for all that? So, with that, I'm going to remind you that you are divine. So dream big and dream well because you're creators. Your dreams help make reality what it is. So make it a good one. I will see you tomorrow. And the truth is where you find it. Hope you're finding some here. Peace out until tomorrow night. Or actually, it's later tonight.